This is all too common of a problem. You have on your perfect shirt, perfect vest, love your shoes, and then your slacks. They fit perfect in the waist, but then look, they're way too long and they bunch up. So I'm gonna show you how you can change this look into this. Really love how the slacks came out. They hang exactly where I want. No bunching. Much nicer look. Very custom. In order to accomplish that look, we're going to have to go to the sewing machine and we're going to use one of my favorite stitches. It's called the blind hem stitch. Let's go get started. I'm going to be using my beloved Brother SQ9185 to do all the sewing and just 2 sewing feet. Right here is the overcasting foot and right here is the blind stitch foot. Now I need to shorten the length of the leg of my pants, and there's 2 ways I can do it. The first way is I typically just put on the pants and I put the shoes that I'm going to wear. I tuck it up, and as you can see, there's a lot of material, and then I just cut that material off. While I have my shoes on, I will tuck the other side so I can get a very good idea of how that looks. The second way, and the way that I'm going to do it, is like this. You go and you find a pair of pants that fit perfect. Right here, I'm going to measure my pants. Now you don't want to measure from the top to the bottom because your pants might have a different design. What you want to do is take one pants leg and open it and measure from the crotch all the way down to in the leg. This is 31 inches. So then I open up this one and I do the same measure. Make sure you go from the same spot. And this is 35 1/4. So I need to take 4 1/4 inches off of my new pants. So looking right here, they have a 1 inch fold over. So I'm gonna take 4 inches off total, 4 1/4 off total. I'm gonna fold over 1 inch, and that leaves me with 3 1/4. So let me say that one more time. These are 31 inches long. These are 35 1/4. I need to take 4 1/4 off. Since I'm gonna give myself a 1 inch fold, then that leaves 3 1/4. So I'm gonna cut 3 1/4 off, fold it over the 1 inch, that's 4 1/4. Using my 3 favorite tools when it comes to sewing, my cutting board, my clear ruler, and my rotary cutter. So I have my measurements at 31 1/4. So at 31. So I will put the clear ruler right here at 31 and use my white marking pen, white marking pencil. So there's the line at 31. So this is why I like the cutting board, because it is a ruler also. So 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. Again, I want to go 1 inch under to give me that 1 inch over 1 inch fold. So I'll go right here, draw this line. Right there you can see the lines line up perfectly on the cutting board. I need to cut off 3 1/4 inches. So you have 1, 2, 3 1/4. That's what I really love about this board. And there is the 4 1/4 minus an inch, 3 1/4. I will fold my pants leg back over. I like cutting them both at the same time because it ensures a even cut. Nice firm all the way through. Make sure it's cut. Retract the blade. This is straight from the manufacturer. You can see that they used a stitch right here. This is called a serge. I don't have a serge, so I use my overcasting stitch. We're gonna have to take the storage compartment off of the sewing machine so that the pants leg can go around the arm. This is the overcasting stitch that we just did, and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to do the same on the other leg, and then we will move to the blind hem stitch. By the way, I did a video demonstrating exactly how you use the overcasting stitch in case you wanted a little bit more in-depth detail. Needle up, presser foot up. All right, cut that. All right, looks good. As a bonus tip, I'm gonna take one of the pieces that I cut off, fold it on the inside, same I'm gonna do as the big piece. I'm gonna iron it. You can use pins. I prefer an iron. It's a little easier and seems to just hold its shape a little better. So I'm gonna iron this, and then I'm going to flip it back out, and then it looks like, you know what it looks like. Put it back on the sewing machine and do a straight stitch all the way around, and then we will compare the difference between a straight stitch and the blind hem stitch. Back to the sewing machine. Then you're gonna fold it back an inch and measure it, make sure it's an inch, and then iron it so it can hold its shape. I like ironing both sides, and I also like measuring both sides. Now this next step is very critical. You can do it one of two ways. You can either try the pants on right now and see if they fit, or you can just measure. You don't want to skip this step, because if you measure, if you sew and it's too long or too short, yeah, you're kind of sad. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the pants leg back in, measure it, take the pants leg back out, go to the sewing machine, put the blind hem foot on, and then we're going to finalize the stitch. 31 inches, perfect. The blind hem foot is a very interesting looking foot. It has a little wall, a little line, and on one side, that's where the majority of the stitching goes, and on the other side, it's one little line that hides because the thread matches the fabric. So that's what it looks like up close. So let's put it on. Okay. Now it's time to sew, baby. With your pants folded on the inside still, you're gonna take it and you're gonna make another fold. So you have right here, this is the side where we put the overcasting stitch. And then as soon as you fold it, you see I left the overcasting stitch part up, and then you have the rest of the material. The line in the presser foot is going to put the majority of the thread on the overcasting stitch side, and then one thread will come on this side, and that will create the blind hem stitch. So you do that fold all the way around, do that fold all the way around, and then you slide it on. Now you can see right there, you have the little dividing line is on one side of the fabric, and then the overcasting stitch is on the other side. All right, let me slow down so you can see. That's what I really like about this sewing machine, is the control you have over the foot pedal. Like I was saying, you have the majority of the stitching is done on this side, and then one thread covers over here on this side. Let's show you that. And then all you have to do is keep it lined up with the little center wall, center line, and then just go all the way around. See, she's messing up my video, everybody. I'm going to clean up the excess thread. Then we'll flip them around, try them on, and then we are done. We are done. And then I'm gonna show you the difference between the blind hem and just your regular straight stitch. See which one you like better, and then go from there. They line up perfect. I'm gonna throw a little bit of heat on here. I'm gonna throw the iron on, and then we're gonna try them on, and then you're gonna see all your hard work paid off. Right here is the scrap piece where it has the traditional straight stitch, and over here is the blind hem. As you can see, you can barely see one or two of the stitching, where over here you see a continuous line. Clearly, this looks better than the pants did when I first bought them. The entire process took me a little bit over 2 hours, and that had a lot to do with the fact that I was filming. If I wasn't filming, this is probably like a 30-minute job. And it looks like $1 million. Well, not $1 million, but you understand what I'm saying. The way that they fit, the way that they feel, perfect. And I like the blind hem stitch better than just a straight stitch because you can't see the thread. So, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to ask, and I'll be sure to get back at you. You guys have a good day.